be better off at the psych center. Send me back to Kentucky. I cross my arms and stare at the social worker down. Miss Erica's business card burns a hole in my pocket. She's the only one I should be talking to, not this holier-than-thou bitch. I should have found some way to get a phone. The new social worker leans forward, balancing her elbows on her khaki-clad knees. She's older than Miss Erica, and not near as pretty. I know you're scared, Nate. I'm not scared, I snap. This lady has no clue. If she did, she'd understand that I'm not the one who should be afraid. All she knows is whatever that thick blue file in her back says. And since I've decided to keep my past private, there's no telling what that is. Okay, good, because there's no reason to worry, she smiles. I've spoken to the principal and the guidance counselor. They think you were in a juvenile facility for behavioral issues before the psych center. They're going to watch over you. I slump against the lumpy couch cushion. Great. They think I'm some out-of-control delinquent. Okay, maybe I am, but it might have taken them a while to figure that out. What about reporters, I ask. Schrader comes out of the kitchen carrying a glass of ice water. He hands it to the social worker, but she doesn't drink. She just passes it from hand to hand. You're enrolled as Nate Clemens, so no, I bark. I won't take that name. Schrader stiffens. It's a hell of a lot better than the one that jackass gave you. What would you know about it? I glare at him. From where I'm standing, he and that jackass have a lot in common. Schrader pushes off the doorway and takes a step towards me. Enough. Stories from Bryce reporters don't count for shit. I cross my arms. Schrader looks like he wants to say something, but the social worker cuts in before he can. It's for your safety, Nate. It's not only the media we want to keep you away from. I swallow hard. It's suddenly a million degrees inside this house. My palms are sweating like leaky faucets. My knee bounces up and down. Do you think they'll find me? I'm not scared of some bitch-ass kids, but anyone with a sense would be afraid of the Nazi Socialist Party. I don't care how far I am from the fort. There are white supremacist groups in 48 states. If they find me, it's game over. They made no secret of the fact that they think a stint in the psych center isn't enough punishment for taking me out their dear old later, and they aim to fix what the jury got wrong. The social worker puts her cool palm on my arm, but it's not as comforting, not like Miss Erica's hand. You're safe here, the woman says. I slide away from her. They knew, Mom. Nate Clemens will be almost as obvious as Nate Fuller. Despite the heat, Schrader gives me a look that could freeze hell. You think that you don't even know your own mother's name? I clench my jaw to keep my mouth from dropping open. It wasn't Clemens before she got married? He never called her anything but May and bitch. And she was a dozen different people when we were running, but she was always Mom to me. The social worker shoots Schrader a warning glance. Your mother's last name was Reese, Nate. Your uncle changed his name to Clemens a long time ago. That's why it took Miss Erica so long to locate him. Is that why Mom didn't find him? Did he change his name to hide from us? What happened between them? I want to ask all these questions, but I know he won't answer. He won't help me, and he won't now. The state must be paying him to keep me here. That's the only reason I could come up with for why he'd let me live here. If Miss Erica found him, the fort can too. Schrader scowls. I've been off the radar for a long time. Miss Erica had access to records they can't possibly get a hold of. Why was he off their radar in the first place? Unless the fort thought they could get to Mom through him. I bet that's why he didn't help up to protect his own ass. As long as you go by Nate Clemens, you'll be safe, the social worker says. Your records are sealed. You're at least 400 miles from the fort. No one who isn't associated with your case knows where you are. Not even the school administrators know your past since you refused to release details. She says the last part like I'm a horrible person for holding back information. Dr. Sterling said it was my choice who I disclosed my medical history to, and I choose to not disclose to anyone but her and Miss Erica. I told them to only release what they absolutely have to, which isn't much, even to this lady. The social worker sighs. Keep a low profile and the fort won't bother you. Schrader crosses his arms. Don't do anything that will land your ass back in the news. I glare at him. Skunk, that lady knows. She knows exactly who I am, and she'd love to see me dead. The social worker raises an eyebrow. I had to talk with someone. I had to talk it through with someone, Schrader says. Bev won't tell. She won't. She doesn't want them after me either. See, I say, The social worker sets her a full glass of water on the coffee table. I won't get involved in sports clubs that might post your picture somewhere, but otherwise you'll be fine. This will be good for you, Nate. It's time to reintegrate into society. Reintegrate, like as if I was ever integrated to begin with. And what happens if I don't go? Her smile falters a little. This is the next step to your court-ordered therapy. The state will compel you to attend school. How? Let's go with it and we won't have to worry about that. She stands and slings her bag over her shoulder, as if it closes the matter. She could at least pretend to care about what I want. I'm not letting this go without a fight. What about homework? Homeschool. Can't I? Who's going to teach you? The trader snaps. Sure it's only going to be me. It's public school or job. It's an empty threat. From the number of looking for work flyers I saw stapled to the phone poles on the way to town, no one's hiring. Nate, give it a chance, the social worker says. What's the worst that can happen?